I am so glad that we're finally to the lecture about how to overcome tasks that you just have no idea how to do, because this is very typical of the virtual experience. You are not going to know how to do everything that your clients ask for, and clients do not expect you to know everything that they are asking of you. One of the most common questions I get from new VAs, oh my God, a client asked me how to do something and I just have no idea what to do and I'm stuck. And this, in this module, is what we want to avoid. Whenever students say to me, I'm stuck because I don't know how to do XYZ, I really wish I could say to them, be a nosy bitch and get to Googling, but that's not an appropriate response to everyone. So, in the world of being a VA, just know that no 2 days are exactly the same. New requests are going to pop up. Software glitches are going to happen. Client needs are going to evolve. So the most valuable skill you can truly cultivate is not knowing everything. It is knowing how to figure anything out. If there is one module in this entire course that you take away, it should be this one. This is your problem solving and adaptability muscle. This is the confidence that even when you face some unknown tasks, that you have processes to navigate it calmly. So we're going to break down how to give you this superpower. The moment a client asks you for something that you've never done before, it is terrifying. I have been there. Your inner critic might start screaming, I have no idea how to do this. And you might panic, or even worse, take no action at all because you're just frozen in fear. So we need to reframe that feeling. It is not panic. We need to tell yourself that this is the spark of a new adventure. And part of our job as an explorer is that we may not know what path we're going to take, but we have the tools and the methods to chart out new territories without getting unutterably lost. So your job isn't to already know how, your job is to be resourceful enough to know how to figure out how to finish a task. So the first thing you'll always want to do when a client gives you something that you're like, nope, never done this before, is to break it down into bite-sized pieces. A huge task is overwhelming, whereas a list of small concrete steps is very manageable. So you always want to ask yourself, if you get a brand new project you've never worked on before, ask yourself, what is the first smallest action that I can take? Let's say a client says to you, let's set up a CRM. Step one is to break it down into smaller bites. So the first bite would be, logically, to research the top 3 CRMs for a small business. What you could do then is, after researching, is to watch getting started tutorials. More often than not, CRMs and these companies will have tutorials about their product. And if they don't, YouTube is your best friend. The second thing you can do is sign up for a free account and then test it out. Is it easy to understand? Is the CRM easy to implement? Do you think your client will find this easy and intuitive? Part of the testing phase is really like the I don't know, but I'll find out. This is a sign of strength and not weakness. You know, something I like to say to clients when they give me something I've never done before is I like to just say to them, you know what, this is new for me. I do not have direct experience with that specific tool, but I am an excellent researcher and a quick learner. So I'm going to dive in and map out a plan for us. That kind of verbiage works so well for clients because they feel confident that you are capable of figuring it out. Quick pause. If you're a virtual assistant and you want deeper support around this topic, scan the QR code or check out the resources linked below. The next step, in addition to breaking it down into small steps, is something that I like to call the 3 before me rule. This is that before you go back to your client and say, like, I have no idea what I'm doing, try to implement 3 independent avenues to find an answer to your question. The first thing you want to do is Google and YouTube. These are your best friends. You want to search for the task or the product and tutorial for beginners. Chances are something like that online already exists. The second thing you can do is look for knowledge bases or help docs. More often than not, tools will have official support sites. And these types of tools are a gold mine because the company's already written out things like FAQs, how to use the product, how to troubleshoot the product. And then finally, if I can't find information on either one of those, I like to go to communities and forums. So places like Reddit threads or even Facebook groups. Go to the search bar and see if people are asking the same questions that you are or solving the exact same problems that you are. So at the end of the day, the goal when you get tasked with something that is totally new to you isn't to be a know-it-all. It is to be a learn-it-all. And more often than not, you'll find that taking proactive Googling action is more than enough to help you learn a new skill, a new product, a new tool, and get the job done. Now, in some cases, and these are usually rare cases, but in some cases, you might do your due diligence and your research and find that you still have no freaking clue how to do the thing. I can give you an example from my own work. I had a client who asked if I could set up Google AdWords accounts for him. It's something I'd never done before. So I simply said to him, I don't know much about this tool, but I'll find out. I'm an excellent researcher and a quick learner. So I got to watching the tutorials on YouTube about Google AdSense. I went to Google's own forums and read about how to set up an AdSense account. And at the end of the day, I ended up going back to my client and saying, you know what? This is way out of my scope of work, and it's going to take me much longer than I anticipated to set up an account for you. And when we got to that point, I said to him, I might not be able to do this for you in the best way I possibly can, but I can help hire a contractor who can. And he actually jumped at that. So I took the legword out rather than going back to my client and just saying, I have no idea how to do this and I'm stumped. Good luck. Clients don't want to hear that. You are hired to be their solution. So if you ever get tasked with something that you find impossible or so outside of your scope of work, like if somebody's like, design this website for me by coding, and you're like, well, I've never coded before. Chances are you're not going to learn it that quick, and it's not going to be worthwhile for your client to pay you to learn it. So you could always come back with a solution like, I will interview and find contractors who are expert at this for you. So what I did in the case for AdSense is I simply went onto Fiverr. I found a Google AdSense expert. I did a quick little interview with them, forwarded the information to him in my informational research template, and he ended up hiring that person. They knocked out a Google AdWords campaign in like 2 hours. It would have taken me 20. So he left happy and I was happy because I still maintained my client and still gave value to him.